NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg has called all NATO member states to stand up against authoritarian powers. In his interview on BBC, Stoltenberg said that Russia, Iran, China and North Korea are becoming increasingly aligned. What could be the reasons for statements like this, and what could be the Western countries' response? Are they feeling weaker and are in need for new actions against Russia and its allies? Today, we're asking Sonya Van Den Энде, a journalist from Netherlands, what are her views on this? Hello, Sonya, and thank you very much for joining me. And the first question, what I would like to ask you, what could be the reason for this statement from Mr. Stoltenberg? Why he calls the Western world stand up even stronger? Could that mean that NATO feels that West is getting weaker in supplying Ukraine?
Well, I think that Europe, mainly the Western countries, are becoming more weaker. Also, they don't, what we know already, don't have enough money for Ukraine, for them to buy weapons and so on. But recently there was somehow a conference and 44 countries signed an agreement to send the confiscated Russian money to Ukraine. So that's actually a crime because that's stealing money. And the West is very, they are afraid from China, Russia, North Korea and the aligned countries, we can say. So actually they are also afraid of the new world order, the multipolar world. Yeah, this is something what is happening now, and they know they are going to lose, and they are losing already because, you know, they are lacking gas, like Germany, for instance. That's a very terrible situation there. They don't have enough gas. The deindustrialization is going on. The people are now more in poverty, what I heard. Also the Netherlands. The Netherlands is a different story because there we have ex-Prime Minister Mark Rutte. He will be the head of NATO, although they say there was one concurrent, Romania, but that's not really, you know, his competitor. It's Mark Rutte because the big countries already said that he will be the new NATO, General Secretary of NATO. He is very radicalized. He is a staunch supporter of the war against Russia in Ukraine.
Will the Western countries agree with this requirement? And what might be the consequences? More sanctions, or what else we can expect?
So most likely what you ask, is there going to be more sanctions? Yeah, there can be more sanctions, but I mean, they have already so many sanctions, so what do they want to sanction more? Everything is sanctioned, and they see it's not working because Russia's economy is very strong. China is a very strong economy country. The other countries, North Korea, also, I think, I don't know about that. Iran is now the next target of the US and Israel. For many years already, they want to wage a war on Iran. After this terrible event happened in Damascus, maybe, Iran will retaliate, although it will not retaliate in waging a ground war. And maybe will target somehow office buildings or military complex in Israel, or maybe the US. We already have the Houthis in the Red Sea. So actually this is the second front. And the allegations that a lot of drones from Iran went to Russia, well, the Russian Ministry of Defense said no, that's not true. Maybe a few went there. All in all, the West is trying to blame Russia, of course, for everything, but they are afraid. They are very afraid of what is going on. That's a big economic power now. That's Russia, China, and the other aligned countries. And the West is crumbling down. They are losing their grip on Africa. That's what we know with Macron recently. They lost Niger, and so a lot of countries are now aligned with Russia. And this is very terrible for the West, so they will try everything and anything to wage war or to make any problem for Russia, and most likely for China and the other countries. Particularly NATO. NATO is now, in war modus. All the European countries are now having a war economy. That's what I heard, what I read. And as I said before, the new General Secretary of NATO, that will be Mark Rutte, he will be very fanatic. He's a radicalized person concerning Russia because of the MH17, what we had in the Netherlands, the plane that was shot down. They straight away blamed Russia, of course, for this. And also, if you look at the Dutch parliament, when they debate about Russia or Ukraine, about what is going on, it's from left to right, even the now political party PVV, who said that they will not supply Ukraine with weapons, they now said more or less that they will do it because otherwise they will not govern the Netherlands. But for sure they will not govern because that Mark Rutte will never allow, or the VVD, that's the former ruling party. Also a big issue in the Netherlands, people from 17 I think up to 22 got letters at home, I think 200,000 young people, to conscript in the army. So that's new because for years and years nobody was called to be conscripted in the army. They don't have to serve straight away, but what I heard, they can be. So when the whole thing is escalating, then okay, they will be called up for the army. And in Germany already, what I heard, like in Dubai, many German people went to Dubai to escape Germany, real Germans. So they're also like dissidents, immigrants. And they now discovered that there are whole websites in the Arab world to tell Arab people to get a passport. You can get a German passport. In favor, you have to enlist in the Bundeswehr, in the German army. So they are all trying to find ways to make their war even bigger. And this is a very, very dangerous escalation. To conclude, I think we will see a lot more terrible things going on that will happen, and we will see a more radicalized, especially Europe. When we speak of the West, it's the US, but I always separate US and Europe, because Europe is close to Russia, is close to Ukraine. So they are now escalating, and I think that's what they said. With or without the support of the US for NATO, they will still go ahead, and they're radicalized, still want to wage war.